Hello, Akko here again. Welcome back to Feed the East Direwolf 1.7.10. I'm back on my little single player world, and I'm going to start by doing something in my old base here. Now, yesterday's episode was really boring. I apologise for it. It was kind of a bit late night and a bit rushed, and I nearly didn't put it out, but I thought I'll put some out anyway. Just as I was passing here, I've moved on to rubber trees onto this. I filled up an oak barrel, so I'm doing rubber at the minute. What I'm going to do is, thanks to a nice comment, I've been told that the Strongboxes are enchantable, and if you look at a Strongbox, it's, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6 by 9. That's pretty cool. I can actually break that because it's empty, but never mind. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do something I've not done before, and that's place an enchantment table down, because I've not had to use one yet because of the way I've been enchanting stuff. Just a word of warning, by the way, when I removed, I think it was a charging station or something that was there, or the Strongbox that was there with the flux pick with it turned on. When a flux pick's turned on, it can do 3 blocks. It actually destroyed the magma crucible. So be aware if you're using a flux infused pick, because it can be dangerous and you can destroy stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my enchanting table just here. I've got an enchanting table because I did the ritual to activate my division sigil, if you remember, from extra utilities. Now, of course, when you enchant one of these, when you put one of these down, I can't enchant that. What can I enchant? Helmet. When you put this down, of course, unless it's got bookcases around it, you only have a real low level of enchant. We're going to make something from Britannia that's going to change that. But these guys, mana pylons, really basic. Mana diamonds, so a diamond just thrown in to your mana pool, and mana steel ingots, which is just iron, thrown into the mana pool. That's going to get me 2 of these guys, mana pylons. And what we can do is we put one there and one there, and put that back in. You'll now see we've got a full level 30 enchant. Excellent. Why don't I just put that in there? I could have shown you. And what we've got here is, remember that was 11 by 9, level 30 enchant. Oh, I didn't go holding 3. I actually wanted holding 4. Oh. Holding 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 8 by 10. So you can see, you can enchant them and they get bigger. What I'm going to have to do is try that again. I'm going to rub some, I'm going to get some spellbinding cloth, I think, which you can use to rub enchants off. But with that, I can increase the space, the carrying capacity of all my Strongboxes. Very cool. So thank you for that comment. I should have actually checked the names of people who commented, but I didn't, because you know I'm always a bit slack like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all my Britannia stuff in there and bring it across to the base. What I'm going to do in this episode, and this is also from comments, is I'm going to make a start on Pneumaticcraft, because in Pneumaticcraft we have got a thing called elevator. And it's quite advanced, partly because I want to run it off a not an electric compressor. I want to run it off a kinetic compressor, so I can run it off one of the solar panels. Because you know me, I don't like using coal for anything I don't have to. And that thing needs some advanced stuff. What's it need? Advanced pressure tubes. Oops. Advanced pressure tubes need this funky thing, so I'm heading towards that. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some air compressors. For that I need to make compressed iron. I'll do that on camera first actually, and then I'm going to make a cut and get some materials together. So I'll show you to make compressed iron. In fact, it's exactly the same as the method we used yesterday to make the lamps. I'm very happy with the magical lamps, by the way. I've got them all set up. I've got them on wooden posts there, microblock posts. I don't know if I like it or not. I might have them all on posts. I might have some floating. They're called magical lamps, so I suppose they can float, because it's not like they're called not magical lamps, is it? What do I need? I need some TNT. I don't know why that one doesn't want to stack. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need some iron. And I'm going to take a few stacks of iron. And I need a lever, of course. So what I actually did was I put down 8 blocks of diamond, and I got, where is it? I've got 2 stacks and 16, so 2 1/4 stacks of them diamond shards, so I can make lighting. So that is now my official lighting solution for my base. I've space these out a little bit better while I'm passing. I'll space out these a bit better. They've got a gap of 10 between each, so it lights the room up a bit nicer. I've decided I'm just going to use marble floor for now until I can get more of this stuff. And the did so I haven't gone up yet, so I've got no comments on whether I should use the IC2 or the Britannia version of getting the increased nether quartz. Right, take my magnetic ring off. What I'm going to do, so we've got 4 stacks there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw them on the floor like that next to the TNT, and I'm going to blow them up. Boom. And what we've got is, well, we lost a full stack. So in that method you lose some. We lost a full stack of iron there, but we've got 3 stacks of compressed iron, and that's a start. With that we can start to make things like pressure tubes, and with that we can make an air compressor, and we can start making these things: pressure chamber, walls, windows, and I just need a hopper. That needs some. Right, so that actually needs a pressure chamber to start. We need these things, plastics. There's various colour plastics, and these are all made from using the seeds in a pressure chamber. And of course I've been binning all the seeds, so I need to have a bit of a run around and collect some Pneumaticcraft seeds as well. I've been destroying them all like a fool because I was not planning on doing Pneumaticcraft yet, so I should have maybe kept a stack of each. There's plenty around though, like these are squid ones. So boom, come here you. Oh, I've got my ring's not on, is it? So I'm going to collect some of these seeds. Oh, by the way, someone told me a very dangerous thing around here. If you have downloaded my world, there is a hungry node there devouring the world. I shall have to deal with that at some point. I don't want to get near it because it's probably going to kill me. Where is it? Do I actually see it? Is it there? There it is. There it is. There's a hungry node there, and you can see it's pulling all this in. I don't know how big that's going to get. I don't know if I can use them in the thing that stabilises nodes. I don't think I can, but I've caught one of them before, and I never used it. I just had it in a jar. I fancy catching that one. But if you be aware, if you do download, go side of that place. If you do download my world, there is a hungry node over there, a dangerous hungry node. Right then, I'm going to cut. I'm going to get some bits ready so we can start doing a little bit of Pneumaticraft, and we'll start making a pressure chamber. Okay, here we are then. I have upgraded all my chests, so all my chests have now got a bit of extra space, as you can see, and I've been and collected. I've got all the Pneumaticraft seeds apart from the Enderman ones that you've got to kill Enderman. I killed a few in the end just to see if they dropped, and they didn't there, so I think it's maybe just overwhelmed, but I've got them all. The rain one was causing me a bit of a problem. I couldn't find any rain ones anywhere, so what I did was I quickly made this guy from Blood Magic. It's called an Imperfect Ritual Stone. It's really straightforward. It's just that guy there, obsidian and smooth stone, and your orb. And what you can do with that is if you put a water source book on there, so it's a bucket of water, so I actually buried it over there somewhere. Bucket of water, click on it, and it'll cause a rainstorm. And when there was a rainstorm going, I found plenty of rain plants. So I think they only spawn during when it's raining. I had a quick check on the wiki, and that's what it seemed to indicate. So that works nice. Right, here we go then. What I'm going to start with is I've just made some pressure tubes, pretty straightforward, just them other side of the glass. I'm going to go this side of my tech side. I've just blanked off the other room so mobs don't walk in while I'm in here. The only issue I might have later on is the widest area in here, I believe, is that area. Maybe that one. I'm not sure if it's going to fit a fully upgraded Blood Magic Tier 5 altar with a care staff mob farm underneath it, but we'll see. I might have to put that on this side in a special room if that's the case. Right, what we're going to start with then is I'm going to start with the basic stuff. I'm going to start by making an air compressor, furnace, a tube, and some ingots. Really nice and straightforward. Was it 5 of them? No, I think it was that. I forgot already. Brilliant. Was okay. So there we go. We've got one of a nice fine air compressor there, and that is going to go just there. I've got plenty of room, so I'm going to try and space things out more than I usually do. From that, I'm going to run some basic pressure tube just to there, and this is where my pressure chamber is going to be. Now what I want to do with this is, first thing I want to do is I want to make it so it's requires a high redstone signal. So I'm going to run it off a lever, and I'm going to use one of my lava crystals. So I'm actually using my blood magic LP. You not working properly? It says it's unnamed. Is that broken? Uh-oh. Okay, bit of a crash there. I was faithful for the server then, but it just kicked me off the client. And now when I've reloaded back in, it's actually saying it's a lava crystal. It's lava crystal, and I'm its current owner, so that's good. What I want to do before I carry on doing anything though is I want to make a couple of these guys. Machine upgrade security. What I need for that is, okay, I need another one of them. So what did I need for that again? That, yeah. Where's it gone? Security upgrade. So I need 2 levers. Okay, 2 more levers. It's night time again. Oh dear. 2 more levers. Let's grab some sticks and 2 of them and 4 of them. Right, and there I've got 2 more levers. What I'm actually going to do here is I actually want a few of them, so I want 3 of these things with 3 of them inside. I'm going to get 3 of these pressure gauges. 1, 2, 3, and a cool air stack. And the first thing I want to make, like I said, was, where was it gone? One of them, so lever either side. And tube in the middle. Gets me that safety tube, excellent. And the rest of it was 4 obsidian, 4 lapis, easy enough. Right then, the lapis in the corners. Might have been. Was cool. Machine upgrade security. Now this, any Pneumaticcraft machine you can make, this will go in it. And what it does is, it's really useful. It makes it so that the machine won't blow up. So now if I put power on this, if it goes into the red there, it won't go into the red anymore. It'll just sit right on the edge of the green. And because of that guy in there, it's never going to blow up. These, when I played with these, the first time I played with these in creative, every time I tried doing something with them, to blow up because I didn't know about that bit. So I'm not sure you regulate your pressure otherwise, but there we go. So it's got a security upgrade in it. So this can no longer blow up, which is very nice. The other thing I want to make, which involved one of those things, was the pressure gauge. Yeah, 2 redstone and a tube. Gets me this nifty little pressure gauge tube. What I'm going to do is kind of stick that there. So and then we'd have to look in the machine to see what pressure we've got in our system. And now we are ready to start making our pressure chamber. So I'm not going to actually turn this on yet. Well, just no point wasting LP otherwise. But we've got nothing connected to this as yet. So what we need is some pressure chamber walls. That gets me 4. So how many of these do I need? Let's say, try and work this out scientifically. 4, 8, 9, 18, and 20, 21, 22. Is it 22 I need? I can always make another one here. Let's start with 20. See what we got. So I'm going to want a valve there. This is already not going to work how I want it to, because I'm going to want to be able to get underneath this. So I'm actually going to go up on the roof there. One, two. Okay, let's have some more. So there's my pressure chamber walls. This is going to be a very... I don't even need that bottom one. Yeah, maybe didn't need that after all. Never mind that. And I want some temporary ones anyway, because I can't make the other thing we need yet. And we're going to need a valve, and I want a window because it looks cool inside. So a valve is just 8 round that, and that's 8 round glass. Right, let me get a bit of glass. I'll run all the way back in here for the glass. So I want 8 round glass for my valve. Sorry, my window, and 8 round it. What do you call it? Tube for my valve. Cool. And the other thing I want to make is these, the pressure chamber interface, which is what I cannot make yet because we actually need to use a pressure chamber to make some stuff first. Which is why I am putting them temporary ones in. I don't think I actually needed them. I think there's something I didn't need that I've made. You can go there. You can go there for now. Yeah, I didn't actually. I think I made too many. Screw it. I can't make this bigger. And my valve is going to go there. The reason why I'm doing this like this, I want to be able to get underneath here. And that should have formed a multi-block. It hasn't. What have I done wrong? Let's have a look. Yeah, is there not one in there? There's one in there. You're a valve, pressure chamber valve, yeah. Okay, I'll just work out why this hasn't formed. There we are then, I'm back, and it's actually been about 4 hours since you last saw me. I've been messing around doing a few other things. I've done some messing around in creative to get my head around this a little bit better, and I don't actually need to have it in the air. I can have it on the floor. That's dependent on the next thing we're going to make actually. So I'm going to get on with making something. I'm going to turn this on. So now what's going to happen is it's going to start generating pressure. And it's going to start generating pressure in here, and I made another one of these to cure it things so this can't get too high and blow up. So if you look on there, security upgrade adds a built-in safety valve tube to the pneumatic machine, so that means every machine I'm going to have is going to have them. So I made 10 in total of them, so I've got plenty of them. Once this gets some pressure up, what we can do is we can start manufacturing things in it. And the first thing I'm going to make is use some of these rain plant seeds, and these, by the way, I've had quite a bit of fun with these. You multiply these by throwing them down on the dirt. And they stick down like that. If you combine that with the sigil of the green grove, oops, come here, thank you. The sigil of the green grove from Blood Magic. These guys grow real quick. You just have to make sure you don't have your magnet ring on. So what happens is it throws seeds out, and where it throws the seeds, they land and they create more. And the sigil of the green grove makes them grow real quick, so you can actually multiply most of your seeds pretty quick. Now you need to make sure you put your magnet back on to pick the seeds up, otherwise they keep landing and planting themselves. Now, some of them are a bit more specific about how you have to do it. We'll go back in there. Let's keep things tidy because I was getting a bit frustrated with how messy things were earlier. So 28 I think I have 12 when I started then, so I've gone up to 28. What I'm going to do is, let's look at the, okay, I thought I'd spell it right the first time, I don't know. 1, 2, so see some of these squid plants you have to plant in water, they don't multiply quite so well. I think you're meant to kill the squid that they create to get. Fireflower seeds you've got to plant on netherrack. Any that land on grass they'll ignite and so you lose the seed, so you have to. I built a little 5x5 of netherrack with walls so that I could fly above it and get them. But I've got quite a few seeds. And what we do with the seeds, the thing I'm going to do first is I'm going to actually throw some seeds in here. So let me take my magnet ring off again, and I want 12 of them guys. So the rest of you can just go in there for now. But so what I have to do, because I've just started doing this, is I need to actually break the glass. And the thing's falling out there. Yeah, thank you. So when you break the glass, that falls out. That makes sense actually. So I'm going to throw them in there. I'm going to put the glass back in, and I'm going to put my machine upgrade back in. And see that I lost the pressure. So it's a bit unfortunate that you have to lose the pressure whenever you want to make something. So I'm going to have to wait for the pressure to build back up now. As you can see, this is in the yellow. As soon as it gets up a bit, that'll go green and things will start happening. So you can see we're getting a little graphic in there. I think that is moving. Come on. Come on. I say I've got 12 of them. To go with this, I also needed a couple of these guys. There's some pressure gauges that I made before. And levers and stuff. I've got them. What we'll do with these, we make these into what's called cannon. Which you can use for actually firing things about them guys. Cannon barrel and a stone base. You can make a cannon with these things. I'm going to make 2 of them while we're waiting. And what else do we need? What I'm actually making here is the next thing we need for the pressure chamber interfaces, which is the pneumatic cylinders. Okay, so I need 2 of them. I need 2 of them, and what I forgot to do is make... There we go. So look in there now. We have got 12 of them plastic sheets. Wonderful. What I can actually do now then is, what I need to do is go and make some hoppers, because I knew I forget something and I forgot to make hoppers. I need 2 hoppers. So 2 chests and 10 iron. And let's quickly chuck them together. There we go. So with these 12 I can spread them around there. That gets me 2 of these pneumatic cylinders. 1, 2. I should have actually made them in the weight table. I made another weight table there because there's some of these things I've been making a lot of, pneumatic cylinders being one of them. Quite a few things take them, so I'm going to quickly remind myself how they're made. And I think I've done it wrong, haven't I? No. So I only need 1 hopper, that's what I've done wrong. What we'll do there, that gets us 4 of these pressure chamber interfaces. Wonderful. Now, this is why I had the thing on in the air before, because I thought the exit one had to be downwards, but it doesn't have to be downwards. All it has to be is it's the way you put it in. So if I was to place this one here, it'd be an input. If I lean across and place it over there, you see the eye is on the inside there, which means the output is on the outside. Exactly what I want. So all I've got to do is place them like so. So now I've got an input and an output. Great stuff. Now what we've got to do here is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use iron. And this is what I've got my item translocators and these chests for. Now you can't actually manually put things into this. First thing you need to do is you need to put a thing in the item filter there to say what it's going to accept. You also need to put the same in the output filter to tell you what you can bring out. Because if I left that blank, the iron would just come straight in and straight back out again. What are we doing on pressure? Yeah, we're green, that's good. So what I can't do though is I can't manually put things in there. Can I actually throw things in it? Don't think so. No. So no, can't throw things in there. Okay, I'm going to take my ring off for a moment. And now we've reformed that, I'm going to put the machine upgrade back in there, the security upgrade. So what I was first doing this with, and I was getting real frustrated in creative, was I was using vanilla hoppers. And vanilla hoppers, if it's on the block there, you can't actually touch the block behind it. It makes it really awkward. So translocators are miles better because you can still access the block behind it, which makes things a lot easier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a chest there. So I've got an input chest, an output chest, and of course they need the other item locators, translocators on them. There, and that one is going to be my input, and that one is going to be my output. Easy as that. So I've got both the filters set. So all I need to do now is, if I was to bang 64 iron in there, you'll see that it's placed an iron in there. You can see it's opening, putting one in, closing, then it's going into the chamber. And if you actually look in the chamber, you'll see they're processing away in there. And they're just both, I think they're 10 then. No, there's a third one in there. There's no problems, no, everything's going well. And what we should start seeing when they process, which I'm not sure how long it takes, is we should start seeing them guys popping out into there once they process. And so the difference is, when we've made the first lot with the TNT, we lost a quarter of the iron. What we're going to get this time is we're going to get all the iron back. So we don't actually lose any doing it this way. But that's not the only thing that this is going to make us. The more important thing is the plastics. It makes making the plastics a lot easier. That's open, so nothing's changed yet. There is another upgrade that I think is probably worth getting for this. It's that one there. Item life upgrade. It's vanilla stuff. I should probably go and make that. And what that is, if anything is in there longer than 5 minutes, it won't despawn. They're actually out in the world there, even though they're inside that multi-block. So anything that takes longer than 5 minutes, there's a risk that they can actually despawn in there, which is a bit dangerous. Now I'm just going to check my... Ah, cool. I was at 560 something, so it's not going down very quick. That's fine. I'm really tight with my LP. Come on, let's have one. Now these upgrades can have speed upgrades. The floodgates of the interface will open and close faster. Yeah, it's going to be transported quicker. Nothing's happening yet though, is it? Come on, what's going on? There's no problems. We've got pressure in there. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll come back when I think it's because it's putting more in before it finishes them. Is it resetting? I don't know. So I'll keep my eye on it. I'll be back in a little while. Okay, I think this is my issue. Because this recipe requires 2 bar, it's not quite a 2 bar, so it's in the yellow there. So these are actually processing. Once that does it 2 bar, which is very close now, hopefully, it keeps dropping back again. Does that mean this isn't good enough on its own? Possibly. Because that's in there. Well, because that's in there. That can go much higher than 2. I guess volume upgrade. Is that what makes it go next? Oh, confusing. I'll keep my eye on it a little bit longer. Oh, I've got some. I've got 4, look. So something's happened. I know, I think what is happening is opening that door. Let me take them out. Is every time that door opens, is the pressure dropping a little bit? That kind of makes sense. Are you going to go up now? No, that door's not opening. I think... Oh. Was that the outer door going? Yeah, we've got... Yeah, there we go, look. Wonderful. So... Okay, I need to be aware of that then. That the door's opening, actually lower the pressure a bit. That's good to know. Okay, let's wait for this to finish then. Now the next thing I'm going to put in there is some seeds. I'm going to want some best plant seeds, and I'm going to want some fire flower seeds in there. So I'll put them into the input filter. And what we're going to make is more plastic, but because we haven't got plastic to take out, are you empty yet? No. Because we haven't got plastic to take out, I'm going to take a little while in it. What I need to do is I need to change the way the filter's done in this. And what I can do is I can change it there so I can actually type it in. Let me just let these finish and I'll do it. Okay then, we're empty. So what I've got to do now is, because I ain't got any plastic in stock, if I go to the filter here I can change it. Name begins with plastic. Let's try that. Is it capital? I hope it's capital. Is it capitalised? Yeah, look, I don't know if capitalised matters. But I'll put plastic in there. Now what I can do is if I throw them in there and them in there, that should put them in there instead. And hopefully, there we go. We've got plastic coming out. Excellent. So that's putting them in there and taking them out. If we look in this, you'll see that the recipe is it lower for seeds? So we'll look. There's all different recipes. So you see, yeah, look, the recipe seeds are much lower than the compressed iron. So let's put on some compressed iron and see how high that was again. So 2. So we need 2 bar for the iron and stuff. Okay, wonderful. So I just did I made a second air compressor, but I'm not going to use it just yet. But, I might actually use that for something else that I've got in mind. We shall see, because it looks like we've got these sorted now. So we've got 5 of them and 2 of them, wonderful. That's the next thing I actually want to make. I want 3 of them actually. And for the next thing I'm going to make is, once we get to the next bit, we're going to need the tool, which is pneumatic wrench. That takes this air canister. That's pretty straightforward. That's just 2 of them, 1 of them, and 4 of them. Gets us the air canister. And I combine that with that and these 5 I just made. Is that wrong? So that's wrong. Oh, it's a lever. Have I got a lever? Finish that one for now. So there we go. That gets us the pneumatic wrench, and this actually needs pressure itself. So for that, I'm always forgetting stuff. I got the, that's what the fire plastic's for, and we also need rubber blocks. 3 of them. I believe it's 3 of them, 1 of them guys. And I've got my other lava crystal as well for that second compressor, but I think I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to keep that going, because I want to keep the pressure up. I'm going to go and make a lot of stuff off camera in a second. There we go, that gets us this guy, charging station. So what I can do with this is I want another 2 of them, and I'll go over this side for this one. So what I'll do is I'm going to have my, I didn't get a lever, damn it. I have to put ignore for now. I'll put that in. That's going to start creating pressure. We've got nothing on the back though. And I'm going to fasten this charging station to it, and in there we are going to put our pneumatic wrench, and that's going to start filling up. I can put 1 of them in there, 1 of them in there. And what I want to work to now is, so what I'm ultimately working to, of course, is the elevator. The elevator needs, pretty straightforward, we've made base plant seeds, we've made pneumatic cylinders, so they're pretty easy, we can make them alright. We can make them alright, elevator frames. What I want to do is, the way it's powered, because I'm hardly ever going to use this is more for show as much as actual use, because I've got creative flight, I won't actually be going up the elevator much, but I want the elevator up there. Now, because I'm going to use this, I don't want to be eating coal all the time just to have it sat there, so I want to run it off a solar panel, and for that I want this kinetic compressor, and this kinetic compressor uses more complicated stuff. It also needs Buildcraft lasers, which I'm going to have to get them set up as well, because you need to make some basic gates. But it needs these printed circuit boards, which you're making the assembly control. You actually have to make the first one, not in there, but I'm going to do that off camera and I'll talk you through it once I've done it. I've had a little play around with that. I've not actually made one, but I think I know how to make one of them. So you have to make one of the first one of them to get into that there. And there was something else. Oh, advanced pressure tube. And the advanced pressure tube, you certainly need the assembly controller and stuff. So I'm looking at making all these machines. They take printed circuits. All of them do. So you need to make your first, I think, your first 4 printed circuits, because you need 1, 2, 3. You need, in fact, you need 2 of them, 1 of them, 1 of them. So you need 4 of these printed circuits the manual way. And I need loads of this stuff, which takes different plastics. So I'm going to go do all that off camera. It's going to take me a while. Oh Christ, that takes another 3. Well, that is certainly going to take me a while to get all them plastics together. So I'm going to get on with that, and I'll probably be back in a couple of hours. Once I've got that done, we can start putting something together. How's that going up? That's going up alright. So I'll let that fill up, and I'll turn this one off for now, and I can use that one to power the assembly stuff when I start making it. See you soon. Okay then, time has passed and I am just about done with crafting everything that I needed to do. In here I've got my last couple of PCBs cooking up. I actually made two of these things for the UV light box by mistake. I made two of them guys, which is unfortunate because they were 8 emeralds each. I've been doing some more trading with my villager. So I thought as soon as I'd made two of those blueprints, I might as well make two of these because it's the only thing they go into. So they don't go into anything else. So I made two of them. I just automated real quick and dirty with Ender IO. I've got it in out, and on the extract I've got. I don't know if I did an advanced or a basic, but I made some advanced lighting filters anyway, as soon as I can, so it matches metadata and MBT data. So pulling empty ones out, and in that side, pulling full ones out. So that just automated that for me because I needed in total 11 of them. 14, 16 of them. So I've got two more in there. Oh, I thought I needed 11. Hang on a minute, I thought I needed 21. I don't even know what I need. I don't think I needed that many. Or maybe I made a mess of that. So yeah, I've got two of these on here. These last two are nearly done. So success chance 90%. What they need to be done once you've got them through the UV light box is you need to put them in etching fluid. That's this stuff here. For that, you make it. It's a bucket. Where's it gone? There it is. You make that in a pressure chamber with some green plastic. Some of the stuff, it gets you a bucket of that stuff. I'll just put it into some multi-block slabs there, covers there, just so it looks a bit tardy. So once these are done, I shall turn off my rings already off, and I'll throw them in there. And while that's going, we shall get on with the other stuff. I've put loads of stuff through here. I've made loads more compressed iron. I made it into blocks and put them through as blocks. Went through quicker. I made 11 of the pneumatic cylinders for the actual elevator. I need to make loads more of them. There we go. I need 5 for each 4 of them. I'm going to need a lot of them because that's what determines how high you can go, and I'm going to go quite high. So each of them needs 6 of the rain plants. So I need to breed some more of them. The squid ones, I found it easy just to swim around on the ocean looking for them. Like, you can see them all. In fact, I think that's maybe them all. They're all over the place. So rather than, well, maybe one of them actually. I was maybe just under the surface. Rather than try and breed the squid ones, I was doing it a bit more successful that way. Right, that's done. I can turn that off. This actually, when it's not doing anything, it holds its pressure, which is quite cool. So I just want to jump up here, and them two are going to go in there. And that takes just longer than 5 minutes, so you need to come back and check it halfway, otherwise it'll despawn. But I think once that's turned off, it stays. It's full. You can see that these are all sat right on the edge of the red, and that's because I've got these security upgrades in so it doesn't blow up. So if I'd forgotten any of them security upgrades, something would have blown up here, certainly. So that's that side done. Over here I've made loads of these guys, capacitors. Again, that's the lightning seed ones in the pressure chambers and transistors. So what I can do now is I can make 7 of these. I don't know why I've got so many of them unassembled ones. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's all I need. So I've made 2 times as many of them as I thought I needed. So from now on, once I make this thing, though, I can make them in what I'm going to make now. So right, what am I going to make now? I'm going to make. I'll start with this. So what do I need here? I need 3 of them, 2 ingots, 3 of them. And that's not, I don't want to drill. Hopper. I actually need 2 of these ones, so I'm going to double up here. So that's the assembly IO unit. 1, 2, and I'll tell you why I need 2 of them in a minute. I also need a platform. For that I needed some orange ones, which are the propulsion seeds. So I got them made up as well. So it's 3 like that. Bottom looks like it's going to be the same each time. Let's just get a few down there, just in case it is the same each time. And 2 at the top, 1, 2, gets me the assembly platform, wonderful. And now I don't need a drill at the minute, but I do need a laser. So the laser is rose red, and 3 of them. I've got a rose red. I need 2 rose red, yeah, I've got one there as well, cool. And finally we need the assembly controller, which is 3 of them in a pressure tube. Like that. Excellent, so I've got everything I needed. So somehow I've miscalculated terribly and got twice as many of them, but they'll come in handy for stuff, I'm sure. Will they? I don't even know. I need 2 for that, so that's good. I want 1 of them on each of my lifts, so that's all good. Anyway, right, the video's getting long, so I don't want to dwell too long. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to destroy this, because this is going to fasten onto here now. Right, I can get rid of that. Oops, get rid of that, and knock that off, and that. And I just need to check them how they're doing. 65%, both on 65%. That's fine. What I want to do here is, so this you need to have them all kind of round. Right, let me try and explain this properly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have that there. That's connected. Wonderful. That means I can get rid of that, and that follows you around, which is pretty cool. That's connected, that's perfect. All this other stuff can go away for the time being. I don't think I need them UV things again, because I can make them in this that I've made. And what we need to do with this is we need to connect these guys. So how do I want to do this? I'm going to have the assembly platform there. I'm going to have an IO laser there, an IO laser here, and I'm going to have the assembly laser here. And what I need to do, which is why I needed the pneumatic wrench, which only filled up to 5 bar, because this air compressor can only go to 5 bar course. And what I need to do is I need to click one of them. There we go. So that's made that one an out. So that's an input and that's an output. And what I need to do is put a chest. So the input and the output need to be able to reach a chest. And because they can reach a chest, that means they can take things out of that, put it onto the table, the laser will etch stuff, and then the output one will take it back in there. So that's all good to go. So the other thing I need is a program. What are you doing? Still not done. 98%, nearly done. In fact, let's just stand there. You'll be able to see them actually change. If there's one's changed, look. That one hasn't yet. Go on, there we go. They're both changed now. So you can go back on and so I've got miles so many of them. What a noob. Right. So the other thing I need in here is, we'll go in there, is 8 emeralds in a circle with a rose red. Gets me assembly program laser. And now I can put that into that slot there, the program. What I need to do before anything blows up, of course, is put my security upgrade in there. There we go. So that won't blow up now. Not that it's turned on, so that would have been safe now. So now we can make things in here. Excellent. And what was it I needed to make? I needed to make some advanced pressure tubes. So pressure chamber valves, which was 8 around the tube. I'm going to double check and write there's two recipes for that. Platform control, yeah, laser, that's the right one. You see there's another one there that actually making it from block of compress. For that needs a drill and a laser. Well, we're not doing it that way. So 4 of them in this chest. Look at this. Woo! So that's going to go and pick them up from the chest. It's night time again. You quickly sleep, and then I'm going to wrap up because I think we're over 40 minutes. 537, let's just see how much damage I've done to that. So, well, 20,000, not much at all really, is it? So that's put them on the table. And once they're put down on the table, the lathe will go to work. I love this stuff. Excellent. So tomorrow's episode, I should be putting a lift. I think I'm going to have it going straight up there. A couple of people have mentioned on the IC2 or Britannia thing. A couple of people have voted for Britannia. I think 2 people is enough for me. I wanted to do Britannia anyway, to be honest. I just wasn't sure if people found it boring, so I thought I'd offer the IC2 variant. But I shall be doing. I'll be doing the Britannia variant to get more. There we go. And there's the output arm. I'll be doing the Britannia variant to get more nether quartz for making this stuff, this laboratory wall stuff. This could look a little plain. I may jazz these walls up a little bit somehow. Add a bit of a pattern in there. There we go, that's putting it into the chest for me. Is it? Yes, cool. There we go, I've made some advanced pressure tubes. Sweet, so I'm going to wrap up there. Next episode we will be making the elevator and we carrying on working towards making the kinetic compressor. So there's a couple of other things I need to sort out there. Oh, I've got all them ready for them, haven't I? So that's good. I've got them. I need to make them turbine rotors, which pretty straightforward, and I need to do some Buildcraft stuff. So hopefully you'll join me for that. And thank you very much as always for watching. Cheers. Bye.